Maurice here. Welcome to the Helpful Entrepreneur. This is the channel to help creative entrepreneurs with the ideas, the motivation, the inspiration, the guidance, and the instruction that you guys need to launch your creative endeavors online. And in this short video, we are going to go over the blueprint to a successful online business, to a successful online endeavor. By the end of this video, you will understand the framework behind how to get what it is that you're doing in front of your ideal prospect online. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Now, there is basically only 3 parts to this that we are going to cover for the sake of simplicity. There are a lot of ways, a lot of different ways that you can set up the framework behind your online business. But this is a very successful formula. And I know that because if you look around at all of the businesses, all of the things that are being done online, literally every single one of them follows this framework. So make sure you stick with me to the end. There's going to be a lot of value in this short video. So again, for the sake of simplicity, we got this broken down into 3 simple parts: marketing, the business, and the follow-up. Okay? Marketing, the business, and the follow-up. The marketing aspect, most of us are going to be marketing on social media, some form of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, something to that effect. Search engines, meaning Google or YouTube, okay? As creative entrepreneurs, sometimes we don't mind blogging. We don't mind creating YouTube videos to market what it is that we are doing. Or you can take the paid ad route and just pay to put what you're doing in front of your ideal prospect. For the sake of this video, we're not going to get into paid ads now. We're going to focus mostly on social media and on search engines because that is probably where most of your beginning creative entrepreneurs are going to begin at. So most of us understand that we need to be letting the public know via social media what it is that we do. We need to be letting people know about our business. Okay, we need to be letting people know about what it is that we're going to do. Anything that you are going to do on social media in regards to your business or to your creative endeavor should be pointing people to your website. And we're going to put that under the category of your business, what it is that you actually do, because your website is the page that you have online that essentially is going to display what it is that you do. The key to a successful online business is to get your prospect off of social media pretty much as quick as you can and get them over to your website. And it's the same thing when you post on a search engine, when you post a blog, or when you post a YouTube video. Ideally, you want to get your prospect off of the platform over to your website. And again, we put that under the business category for a reason. Now, why is that so important? This is so important because when you are promoting your business on social media, which most of us do, when you're promoting your endeavors on social media and on the search engines, you don't own these platforms. You don't own Facebook. Those are Facebook's servers. You don't own the content that you put on social media. In most cases, they own the content. And the proof of that is if they shut you out of your Facebook page, there's no way that you can get your content. Okay. We all know that from time to time, social media sites go down. Facebook goes down every so often. People get locked out of their accounts. People's accounts get deleted. Facebook shuts down people's accounts. YouTube shuts down people's accounts. Twitter shuts down people's accounts. And so when you're marketing your business on a platform that you don't own, the risk that you run is that you could be ejected from that platform. And so the idea is to get your ideal prospect off of the social media platforms, off of the search engines, onto your website as quickly as possible. Now, the website that you are sending them to, in my opinion, needs to be under a domain that you own. It probably needs to be a WordPress website as well. WordPress powers, I think, like 30% of the websites that are online, and WordPress is completely free and completely open source. It does cost to host your domain, to host your website. It does cost for your domain, but the WordPress website is 100% free. It's open source. And if it's under your own domain, then you own this website, meaning you can't get kicked off of your own website. Also meaning that you are in control of the words that are written on that website. You have control over what the people that you're sending to this website are going to see. In other words, you want to put yourself in a position where you control the narrative. And the only way to do that is to take your ideal prospect off of a platform that you don't own, where you can't do whatever you want to, where you are regulated by someone else, to take them off of that platform as quickly as possible and get them onto a platform that you own, that you control the narrative, and you determine what they're going to see in regards to you or your business. Another reason why you want to get them to your website as quickly as possible is because you want to get the opportunity to continue the conversation. So if you look around at anybody that's building anything online, they will have a place normally on their website where they will ask the visitor, for whatever reason, they will ask the visitor for their name and their email address, and they'll have a little submit button right there. Sometimes the website owner will offer something free in return for the visitor's email address and name. Now, here's the reason why that is vitally important. And if you're looking to build online, but you haven't done this, then the reason you haven't done this is because you simply don't understand the importance of doing it. 99% of your website visitors are going to visit your website one time and never come back. And so if most of your website visitors are going to visit your website one time and never come back, then you have no way of maintaining the communication, of continuing the communication between you and that potentially interested website visitor. If a person visits your website, they're visiting it for a reason. But if you don't have a way of collecting the email address of the visitors, then you have no way of contacting that visitor and saying, hey, I noticed you were on my website. Is there something I can help you with? All of your visitors will just be getting away. And so you want to get your prospect off of social media, off of the search engines, onto your website as quickly as possible, onto a platform that you control so that you can convert that website visitor into a potential prospect. Once they give you their email address because they want the free thing that they're giving away, or because they want tips from you via a newsletter or whatever you're offering, once they give you their email address and they opt in, now they've gone from just a visitor to someone that has raised their hand to say, hey, I would like to know more information. Now they are a prospect. Once they give you their email address, then their email address will go into an auto responder. You've probably heard of this before, okay? And you probably receive a lot of messages from people because of things that you have opted into, okay? So once your visitors give you their email address, now they go on your auto responder. When they're on your auto responder, now in your email provider, now you have the ability to email them until they opt out, which means you have time now to develop the relationship. So you're probably thinking at this point, well, this sounds good, but I got a lot of emails that I get from people and I never open up their emails. This makes a lot of sense, but here's the difference. Here's the reason why you don't open up those emails, because those emails, that individual is not offering you any value. And it only took you opening up one or two of their emails to see that they're not offering you any value, and so you stop opening up their emails. I guarantee you open up emails from people that you think will have, that they'll be sending you something that you need to see. And so the objective is, when a visitor goes to your website, opts in for more information, your objective as the creative entrepreneur, as the person behind all of this, is to send them emails that are so helpful that they open the emails. There's a gentleman by the name of Gary Vaynerchuk. A lot of you have probably heard of him before. And he wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. That is an A, not a Q. He wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Give, 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 then ask. Give value, be helpful, then ask for a value exchange. No one goes from not knowing anything about who you are to buying your product all in one shot. There's a lot of things that has to take place to walk your ideal prospect down the path of buying your product, taking a look at your business, looking at what it is that you're doing, right? Sharing what it is that there's a process that they have to go through. And in order for you to be able to take them through that process, you have to be able to communicate with them. And so if you're just communicating via the social media channels, if you're just communicating via Messenger, that may be fine until Messenger gets shut down. Consider this. You'd be lucky if 25% of your friends list are even notified when you upload a post to Facebook. So even though you've got Facebook friends, even though you may have 1,000, just because you post something on social media doesn't mean 1,000 people are going to know that you posted it. But if you got 1,000 email addresses and you send out an email that says, hey, check out this video that I just sent, it may help you out, and you send it to all 1,000 of those people on your email list, the chances are high that all 1,000 of them will be notified about the whatever you're sending them an email about. When you have their email address, now you are in full control of the communication between you two, and communication is key when you're trying to build value in the mind of your prospect. I've done network marketing several times in my life. And one thing that any big network marketer will train his people on is that they need to be working off of a list. They need to start off with a list. They need to constantly be adding 2, 3, 4, 5 names to that list every single day. And every single day, they need to be going back and talking to the people, communicating with the people on that list, bringing them through the process, exposing some, right? And then moving others to the next exposure. But this is really, really difficult to do when you're doing it offline. When you're using tools like social media and search engines to market, and when you're using tools like an autoresponder to follow up, this makes getting your business a lot simpler. Getting your business in front of the right prospect a whole lot simpler. And it also makes following up with the ideal prospect a whole lot simpler.
Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard.